What's going on, guys? Killer6 back with another Borderlands 3 hotfix video for you, and this one has some pretty big changes for people who are sick of running into haunted enemies outside of Heck. So let's dive into the fixes the Gearbox has for us this week. Up first, addressing a potential progression blocker during the Cistern of the Slaughter Sisters, the Cistern of Slaughter, where racks would fly wherever they pleased. Anybody who has ever had an enemy go out of bounds and never come back in any of the slaughter maps knows this pain. There's nothing worse than getting to like round 3, 4, or 5, and then an enemy is just like, nah, I'm out. So I'm glad to see them fix this. It's a good note to start things off with. Up next, addressed a potential progression blocker during Dynasty Diner, where Amber Lamp's enemy bot counted toward the Kill Archer Row and Friends objective. Now this one would be problematic because Amber Lamps is a loot bot, which means it rarely spawns, and even on Mayhem 3, when it does spawn, it acts like a lot of the other loot enemies, and it just tries to immediately escape. So I'm guessing this would lead to the mission basically locking up, since if Amber Lamps got away, the game still counts it as an enemy toward the total, meaning that you can't complete it. So kudos for fixing that. Addressed a big concern that Red Fire would respawn after killing it in Slaughter Star 3000. And if you guys have ever done Slaughter Star 3000, you know that that is a big yikes. Next, they addressed a reported concern that players would experience their screen shaking while in a party when one player used Bear Fist. So fisting with your friends caused them to shake. Interesting. We'll edit that out. Addressed the reported concern with duplicated audio when Maya turns on the music in Beneath the Meridian when playing in a party. Addressed a reported concern where players couldn't hear Aurelia's holographic doorbell answer the door. I mean, I'm never really upset to not hear Aurelia, to be fair, but you know, I'm cool. I guess that's cool. Addressed a reported concern where some players were missing the waypoint when quitting out of the map or performing a save and load during the bad reception side mission. I guess you could say that they had bad reception. Addressed a reported concern that the portal in Destroyer's Rift disappears after completing the mission Divine Retribution. Whoops, I guess Tannis and Ava will have to take care of that one. Addressed a reported concern where Tyrene would reappear after the cutscene during the Great Vault if a player stays in the area for 15 minutes. Vault's haunted. Addressed a reported concern that Iridian structures were not resetting after player death during the Tyrene boss fight. Well, I guess probably easier than fixing that would just be have players not die, but okay, I guess that works too. Addressed a reported concern that the penalty on Gamma Burst was continuing to take effect after Pet was revived or respawned for the first time. I don't know anything about Flak really, so I got no jokes for this one. Now on to the big bit of news in this hotfix, the one that you guys have been begging for. The spooky season is starting to fade from Borderlands 3. Now, starting with this hotfix, you'll start seeing less haunted enemies until the event ends on December 5th. So their note here is that they have lowered the chance to see haunted enemies outside of Heck.
Piss off, ghost!
So if you're like me and you're still chasing after that Terra anointed gear for your characters, it looks like Heck is going to be your best place to go now. And for those of you who are sick and tired of skulls chasing you all over the place, well, Gearbox heard you loud and clear, and they've lowered the appearance of those enemies outside of the Heck map. They haven't completely gotten rid of them, but it should be substantially lower, I would imagine. So another good hotfix, and before the comment section fills up with complaints about performance and split screen and PS4 problems and other things, next Thursday is the big one. We're talking Maliwan Takedown, huge patch, more fixes, and dedicated loot sources for all legendary loot in the game. And I know there's been some confusion on that one too. It does not mean that world drops are going away, not at all. Instead, it means that those of us that are looking for specific gear can actually track down the boss or named enemy that drops said piece of gear and farm them for a chance to get it. So it's basically like the best of Borderlands 2 and the best of Borderlands 1 just smashed together. So you've got places you can go to find things, and then you can also just get things crazy world drop all the time. So personally, I'm super stoked for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please take a second to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and tap the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. Be sure to keep an eye out for my guide on how to gear up for the Maliwan Takedown coming early next week. And in the meantime, check out my legendary item guides by clicking the link at the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Addressed a reported concern where some players were missing at the addressed a reported concern